Hello, everyone. Welcome to our webinar today with Yapla. We will be looking at donations and how to unleash Yapla's best practices. My name is Mathieu. I'm a customer success manager with Yapla. I'll be here to present to you the different tactics that we use every day to optimize and make the use of Yapla and its donation platform more efficient to collect donations, but also to spread the message of your association through your community. So on today's agenda, we'll be looking at unlocking the full potential of Yapla to maximize your donation and retain your donors. So we'll go over an overview of the donation campaign on Yapla, how to structure your campaigns effectively, and how to optimize your donation pages, how to fully leverage your data and communication tools. And we'll have two little bonuses, two methods to increase your donations with Yapla in a different way that a simple campaign would do for you. So getting started, we'll look a little bit at the structure of Yapla, how exactly we create a campaign, what we'll be doing during that campaign, and also how we can use all the information that's been collected with your campaign after, so we can be more prepared for the next time and also use the information that's collected to improve our results over time. So for the before, we'll go over the campaign donation structure. We'll look at the choice of display, the content. During, we'll go over the announcement, promotion, follow-ups, how to manage your tax receipts, and the service that you can offer to your donors to personalize the process for them. After that, we'll look at understanding what worked and what didn't, the appreciation of the campaign, and keeping the donors informed in regards to what's coming next, but also what everything entails in regards to that campaign. So a little bit of an overview of the donation campaign on Yapla. Yapla will offer you an option that's 100% free, meaning that 100% of your donation will be collected by your association, and you'll be able to use that money to improve your services, but also do all the work that you have to do throughout the year. So with Yapla, you will get a campaign page, either automatically through the system that's generated for you, or you can create a web page specifically for your campaign with a little bit more tools and options in regards to presentation and also to the process of doing your transactions. You will have customizable forms, a flexible and secure payment method, either by credit card, donation pledge, automatically sending your tax receipts, which is something that a lot of people do manually. But with Yapla, you can automate this process, save a lot of time, but also make sure that there's no mistake when you produce your tax receipts. And you can also automate your communications. So for the confirmation, the thanks, but also for the reminders after your campaign and sending out your receipts. So I'll show you a little bit what it looks like when it comes to the donation campaigns with Yapla. So here you have the interface for the platform. So this is essentially your dashboard. We'll be going over to donations, and this will display you all the campaigns that are currently activated on your system. So we can see here, for example, help us contribute to the safety of children. You will get all the different donations here, meaning that you can have access to the donation list with all the information of your donors. And through that interface, you can have the detailed specific donations with all the information that's been acquired through the form. You can also have access to all the donation receipts that have been generated for that specific campaign. So we can see here all the donations that's been received, and we're eligible to create and send out a fiscal receipt, a tax receipt. In configuration here, you can set a minimal amount. You can also specify what receipt is supposed to be based off for the creation, and then you can manage the receipts for a single donation. So how exactly do we create and send out? It can be done manually or automatically. After that, we'll look a little bit more into forms and communication, but essentially the campaigns will allow you to create a form specific for each campaign to collect the information that you would like to. And the communication will be automatically triggered according to certain settings. So it can be X amount of time after a donation has been done, right after it. It can be sent out the tax receipt. Everything is normally done automatically once it is set up. So going back to our presentation here. So the before, like I've mentioned, how to structure your campaigns and optimize your collection page. So the objective here is to maximize your donation and retain donors. There's different ways to do this, but today we'd like to focus on specify how donations will be used, precisely target communications and follow-ups, and provide donors with a fast, personalized, and secure donation experience. So if we look at specify how donations will be used, we're talking about marketing. How exactly do you present your donation? And there's different ways of doing this, but mainly we're looking at having something that is precise, concise, and effective. So if we look at the title, the text, we're looking at the images that are being used to present and promote your donation campaign. We want something that is coherent throughout the process. So high quality images, text that is short, but will give all the information that the person needs in regards to what are they donating for, what are the actions that can be that will be taking place with that money, and also the results that you are looking for in regards to your objectives. Precisely target communications and follow-ups. So here we are talking about trying to send out this message, everything that's been presented correctly to the right target. Who exactly are we trying to communicate our campaign to? Obviously, some associations will have one big donation campaigns that will present everything. So we're simply trying to collect donations in order to make our associations or organization work throughout the year. Others will have specific donation campaigns for specific project. So sometimes specific projects have specific targets. We're not trying to present all the projects to everyone because obviously if I've donated to something specifically the year before, well, most likely I would like to have information in regards to how my money was used, what were the results, and where I can donate more for this year. And when we're talking about providing donors with a fast, personalized, and secure donation experience, we're trying to establish a donation process that will be easy for people to go through. There's no roadblocks, there's nothing that's confusing. We want a form that is clear, simple, and will allow them to provide the information you need to have in order to do your follow-up without having to overthink that process. So a form that is simple, well-structured, and will allow people to simply go through that process effortlessly. So as I was mentioning, there's different ways to categorize your campaigns according to funding needs. So a general support campaign to fund organization and operating expenses, we can have a dedicated pages. This is something that you will most likely present as a first entry to your association. You simply want to make a donation to help us operate throughout the year. Then, as I mentioned, we can have targeted one-time donation campaigns by project with the mosaic mode. This will allow you to present all the projects that your association is working on, and people will be able to donate to specific actions in your roster of project. So the donation section will offer an easy and quick access to donation history and receipts. The donation section is something that will be accessible by donors in order to see their history of donations, how many they've given, get access to their tax receipt, so they're able to download it in case they lose it. This will give them autonomy over what exactly they need information for at the end of the year when they're trying to submit their tax receipt. Two other benefits for you is to better manage your accounting entries for your donation campaign. So if we have one major donation campaign, obviously everything will be into that account when we're looking at our accounting. Whereas if we're doing multiple projects, it is possible to expand our accounts and then have reports at the end of the year that are more precise in regards to the the money that's been received throughout the year. So we would know that X amount of money has been received for the general campaign, but then we've received specific amounts for the different projects that we've been working on. This way, it's easier for you to track all the entries and then act accordingly with the actions that will be taken uh, to get to the end of that project. Uh, so there's a question here by Guy. What if we're looking to leverage the members of the board to raise funds through their Rolodex? I'm not quite sure exactly what exactly you're trying to leverage here. So if you could just give precisions in regards to your questions, I'll be more than happy to answer it afterwards. Another benefit that you can get is enabling better tracking and utilization of your data. So at this point, I'll go into our system in order to present you what exactly are all the ideas that we've talked about so far. So we can see here on our website that we have a donation page for all the campaigns that we've been working on. So we can see that we have Track and Boat Race, Help Us Contribute to the Safety of Children, and Education Fundraising. So we do have the possibility to give to help us contribute to safety of the children. This would be considered as our general project, our general donation campaign that will allow you to receive amounts throughout the year to make sure that you can operate with a peace of mind. So we can see the process here, individual, organization, or none. That's for the tax receipt. And then you can decide whether it's a recurring donation or a one-time donation. You'll go through the amount that you would like to give, and then you can go through the process of entering all your information, your payment, and you will get a confirmation afterwards. So what we're looking here is really something that will allow you to have a clear understanding of what exactly the money is used for. Here we would like to have maybe a more nuanced or precise text that will explain exactly how the money is used. You can also have your goal here. So if, for example, 75,000 is the goal for the whole year, every donation will update the amount received, and then you'll be able to show your community how much exactly has been collected and maybe how exactly this will be used. Then when we go back to our donation page, we have projects, so education fundraising. Here we're looking to really collect money specifically to help with education. So again, the goal here is really to be precise in regards to what exactly you're collecting the amount for. And one thing that could be helpful is to separate those. So for example, we could have one specific page to present the general donation campaign, and then another one specifically for our projects. So these are all different ways to use our tools to make sure that, again, the process of donation is as clear as possible. Someone wants to make a general donation, they're able to do so. Someone wants to see the projects that your associations are working on. Again, it is possible for them to simply look at your project list, select one, and make a donation. Now, in regards to a specific donation and your receipts, when we're looking at the forms, we can see that we will have basic information that will be provided to you. So when you start your form, you will have natively first name, last name, email, and the addresses of the person. After that, you can ask for more information. For example, how have you heard about our association? This would allow you to know exactly what works in regards to communication to outside of your community. How exactly can you attract people to your donation campaigns, and how you can receive more amounts year after year. The goal here is to collect the information that is necessary for your organization to better the process every single year, but also make it simple for people to donate. So I would highly suggest when you put a campaign together to go through that process yourself. You want to make sure that you understand every single steps that you're taking and that your donors will be taking. If it is complicated for you and you've set it up yourself, most likely it will be complicated for your donors. And we want to make sure that this doesn't happen. We want to make sure that everything is as simple as possible and you get all the information that you need in order to work throughout the year. So, in regards to communications, there are two ways of communicating with your donors. So the first one will obviously be the automatic communication. Everything that is triggered by actions that your donors will have with the system. So we can see, for example, sending the donation receipt, uh, receiving a new donation, canceling a donation. All these communication are triggered automatically by the system and are personalized. So if you go into one of the communication, you can see who exactly will receive that communication. Usually, obviously, we want the donator to receive a copy, but it's possible also to include administrators of your account so that they are aware of new donation coming in and can react accordingly if there's any process that's involved in this. When we look at the communication that's being sent out, we can see here keywords. These keywords go into your forms and will present that information when the email is sent out. For example, this could be hello Mathieu. You will find attached to the receipt of your donation of $50 to the Gifted Children campaign on the 6th of December 2023. And then here you will have the name of your organization. All this text here can be modified. And when we were talking about having something that is precise and personalized for presenting your campaigns, it is the same thing with your communication. You want something that will be personalized to your target. So if you want to give information in regards to what the donation will be used for, here is a good place to add it. The goal here is really to reassure people that the donation they're making are valuable and will be useful for your organization. And with that, you can integrate a receipt if you want, or you can simply send a confirmation. Now, in regards to better managing your accounting entries, one thing that you need to understand is that each campaign will be attached to an account in your accounting system. So it is possible to create a new account for every specific campaigns, but this is a decision that you will have to take with your organization. How exactly do you want to offer precision in regards to your reports at the end of the year for all the entries that you've had to your system? So usually we would want at least one account that's specific for donations, but then you can have one for general donations and one per project. That is up to you and how exactly you want your accounting to be set up. In regards to better tracking and utilization of your data, this is in regards to how exactly you go through your information that's collected through the donation process. So here in your donation list, every column that you can see here can be changed. If for you the organization is not something that is useful when you go through your list of donations, we can simply remove that column and replace it by something else. Same thing with the advanced search. If the organization here is not a field that you'll be looking into or that you will be doing research with, you can simply remove it and replace it by something else. The goal here is to make sure that the information that's collected can be useful when you're trying to segment your donations and the information that's been collected. This is true for your list of donation, but it will also be true when we're looking at the newsletters. Because like I've mentioned, there's communication that are automatic, but you can also use the newsletter to target your donors throughout the year. The goal here is really to make sure that we're able to give updates in regards to our projects, give updates in regards to donations. So there's different ways to keep that contact with your donors, your donators, and we'll make sure that everything works properly and coherently. So during and after, fully leverage your data and communication tools. Effectively manage data collected through your campaign. So update your columns in research and search field. That's what I showed you a little earlier. Ask how the donor found out about your donation campaign. That will be with the forms. As I mentioned, you can collect that information. Personalize your communication and use Yapla groups. So this is what I mentioned in regards to using the newsletter tool to make sure that the information that has been collected and how exactly people have been interacting with the system can impact the communication that you have afterwards. And activate automatic donor follow-ups. So this is a communication that can be triggered for all donators, and that will be triggered X amount of days after their last donation. So if someone has went a year without doing a donation, the system can trigger an automatic communication that will be sent out and will ask for update. Hey, it's been a year that we haven't heard from you. Just letting you know are the projects that we're currently working on, and you can always update that communication with the list of projects that your association is working on. The goal here is to make sure that they're aware that their donations are still needed and will be used accordingly depending on the projects that you have. The two other methods to collect donations that we will see today are the peer-to-peer campaign and the fundraising events. So if we look at the peer-to-peer campaigns, here we're trying to use our contact network in order to bring more people in our own network. So the peer-to-peer campaign will allow donators to start their own campaign for you. It will allow them to collect money for specific projects in their name and then reach out all the people in their network. So it's important to equip your participant with a guide or a communication kit so they can effectively promote the campaign. What we mean by that is when you go into a peer-to-peer campaign, usually people will be able to register. And when they register, they're becoming a representative of your main campaign, of your donation campaign. So you want them to be able to send information to the association, go through the registration process easily, and communicate the message that your team wants to. We're going back and circling back to having a clear message for your campaigns. The goal here is to make sure that information is spread effectively, and that people, when they participate to your peer-to-peer campaign, they're able to give the information to the people that will donate to them, so that they understand that their money is used for good efforts and that they will be contacted through the same automatic messages that we've seen earlier. So if we look here, we can have teams and participants, and then you can make donation to specific participants. The goal here is really to make sure that when people get access to your page. They're able to understand who they give money to and why they give money. Mhm. After that fundraising events, this is simply a way to organize events and have a portion of the price of your tickets transferred to a donation campaign. So it allows for raising awareness, fostering a sense of belonging, collaborate with local businesses and public figures to enhance your visibility. What we mean by that is it allows for people to register to your event and to know specifically that part of their investment in that event will be a donation to a specific program or a specific cause. In the current context, reduced travel, lower expenses, expectation of real immediate gains. An example for this are charity gala, charity concert, auction, all different ways of creating a sense of belonging, a sense of community within your contacts, and to collect donations through that event. Committing with you. So Yapla is a comprehensive toolkit to simplify the management of your activities. We offer different tools that will allow you to manage your association, donation being one of them, but we also offer management tools for members, for events. We have a website creation tool. We allow you to collect all the information you need for your accounting, send out newsletters, and we have also data and contact that can be used to collect more information. There is no fees, no commission for your plan, meaning that there is a voluntary contribution model that is offered to your association. If you do not want to have a commission that's taken on every transaction, you can switch simply to that mode and it will add an extra step where the system will suggest a contribution to the donator. That person can increase or reduce the amount or even remove it completely. But just by having that step, there's no transaction fees for your association. You will receive 100% of all the donation that you've collected. And also, it explains a little bit to the donators how they can help Yapla. So we're doing exactly the same thing as we suggest you today. If you ever need assistance with putting together your donation campaigns, there's different tools that you can have. There's our Yapla Help Center, where you can find hundreds of articles that will explain you step by step everything you need to know about setting up your donation campaigns and any other tools that we offer. We have a dedicated team of support that you can reach out at support@yapla.com. There's also a team of experts to accompany you. So if you ever want to have your project set up by a member of our team, and you simply want to start with a full project already built for you, you can always reach out our team and we'll be more than happy to present you the offers that we have for this. And you can create an account right now for free going to yapla.ca. So we would just like for you to submit your appreciation for this webinar today. And after that, we'll go for a quick Q&A. If you have any questions. Um, so Megan, you asked the questions in regards to transaction fees. So yes, it is possible to switch your system and go with the voluntary contribution system, you can do so in the menu payment here in the settings, payment methods, and then for the payment method credit card, you'll be able to go to voluntary contribution. Like I've mentioned, this will add um, a step or in the processing of the payment, and will ask for people to make a donation to Yapla. So some associations do prefer to go that way, but others do not want to have that extra step for their donators. So they will keep the commission. It is not considered a donation. Sorry if since it is a contribution, it is not uh, eligible for a tax receipt. Mm. Yeah, so Guy, in regards to your questions, as I mentioned, it is possible to have one main campaign, which you can collect donations throughout the year, and then have specific donation campaigns for your other projects. So thank you so much, everyone, for participating to the webinar today. If there's anything else, you can always reach us out at support@yapla.com, and we'll be more than happy to assist you, answer your questions, and help you raise more money for your projects. Thank you. Have a good day.